at Avinash the bank, the loan growth numbers yesterday? So we got numbers for the fortnight ended May 29th, and loan growth for the banking system, of course, was 9.8%. April, before that, February, actually 3 months in a row, loan growth was 10% plus. It was kind of raising expectations that this year, financial year 16, would be good, but again, you're below 10 odd percent. System-wide, retail is the only segment which has been consistently doing well, backed by, mortgage growth, home loans essentially.
Yeah.
What do you make of the numbers? This is a high frequency number, and while we can feel very happy about the current account deficit numbers and the growth in indirect tax collections being strong, I mean, this is, I guess, also a very good proxy for what's happening.
No, I think, Prashant, the loan growth number is definitely indicating very clearly that on ground, capex is yet to pick up, and I think probably, the first half may not show any great improvement. I think unless the loan book growth grows, I think banks are not going to find good quality credit kind of borrowers. So my sense is second half only holds some sort of hope, and that too, hopefully, if the capex cycle actually increases. I think in the last 6 months to 12 months, we have seen that the capex cycle has been extremely weak, and I think core demand still remains weak on the ground. I think if you talk about real estate or construction or capital goods, I think yet the scenario is not extremely different from what it was about a year back. So I think the rate cut scenario has not actually transmitted in any kind of positive demand impact. So I think this kind of tepid loan growth numbers would continue at least for the next, say, 2 to 3 months. I would be more hopeful in the second half of FY16.
What did you make, by the way, of the growth in tax collections for the month of May?
I think till, I think clearly we see some sort of better robust numbers. I would be a little skeptical because clearly, on the corporate tax side, I think the kind of numbers which have come in Q4, Prashant, I think a clear indication is that the first quarter of FY16 is also not going to be great. So unless some sort of earnings recovery kicks in, I think a majority of the large, Nifty and the BSE Sensex companies have actually shown a drop. So I would say that, it's still too early to say what kind of trend would emerge, but clearly FY16 could be a challenging year for the government.
Okay, all right. The numbers, the tax collection numbers were very strong, 37 odd percent or so. But we'll, break that up. I think the finance minister held a flash briefing yesterday. He put out some numbers, excluding the boost from excise, the higher excise collections as well. And even then, the numbers were impressive, about 17 odd percent growth. If you strip those additions out, so we'll put those broken up numbers in a bit. But that again is